Very much for joining us and providing your insights. As the Russia-Ukraine war continues to develop, we will be here bringing you all of the latest information. We now move to Africa, and senior officials are gathering in London, aiming to chart a pathway to peace for Sudan on the second anniversary of its brutal civil conflict, but without the presence of the warring parties. Dubbed the Forgotten War, the conflict which erupted on April the 15th, 2023 between Sudan's regular army and the paramilitary rapid support forces in a power struggle between rival generals, has created what the United Nations describe as the world's worst hunger and displacement crisis. The UN chief has said in a statement that ignoring Sudan refugees will have catastrophic consequences. Additionally, the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, Filippo Grandi, also stressed on how important it is to address this crisis, and the world must take every step to end it. There are also increasing fears that the tensions will spill over Sudan's borders and stir further instability in the impoverished Horn of Africa region. More than 13 million people have been uprooted and tens of thousands killed, with both sides accused by the United States of committing atrocities. Meanwhile, the United Nations have said that between 60,000 and 80,000 households, or up to 400,000 people, have been displaced from Sudan's Zamzam camp in North Darfur after it was taken over by the Rapid Support Forces. Let's listen in to what the UNHCR Regional Director for West and Central Africa has had to say.
Alors, à la date d'aujourd'hui, ce qu'on a comme information, c'est qu'à peu près la crise, le conflit, la guerre a déplacé près de 13 millions de Soudanais, que ce soit à l'intérieur ou à l'extérieur du pays. Et
a spokesman for Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, Ali Mohammed Naini, has said that the country's national security and defence and military power are among the red lines which cannot be discussed or negotiated under any circumstances. This comes after the United States and Iran began talks on nuclear talks in Muscat, Oman, according to Iranian state media on Monday. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Bagay confirmed the meetings are ongoing following what both sides described as positive and constructive initial discussions over the weekend. When asked if the US options for a response include a military strike on Tehran's nuclear facilities, US President Donald Trump said of course it does. Trump said the Iranians need to move fast to avoid a harsh response because they're fairly close to developing a nuclear weapon. Here is what Trump said.
I want them to be a rich, great nation. The only thing is, one thing, simple, it's really simple, they can't have a nuclear weapon. And they got to go fast because they're fairly close to having one. And they're not going to have one. And if we have to do something very harsh, we'll do it. And I'm not doing it for us, I'm doing it for the world. And these are radicalized people, and they cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Well, Saturday's high-level talks marked a rare moment of direct engagement between the two adversaries, with the US delegation led by President Trump's Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff and Iran represented by their Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. Both nations have agreed to continue negotiations later this week, though details remain tightly under wraps. Oman has long served as a diplomatic bridge between Tehran and the West, hosting back-channel efforts that laid the groundwork for previous nuclear agreements. Despite the stakes, both sides appear committed to keeping the door open for now. Moving on, and in a sweeping crackdown on